Hi everyone, we are here in the studio talking about F5 Networks with Calvin Rowland. Calvin is Senior VP of Business Development with F5. This is such an incredibly exciting time for the company right now, isn't it? It's just amazing.
It is. I've been at F5 for 13 and a half, closer to 14 years
Holy
now.
moly.
And every year I say, this is the time, this is the moment. It's never been a better time to be, not only in our industry, but specifically at F5.
That's so cool, and that's the kind of thing that John Chambers talks about all the time, right? We are living in the here and now. We are not looking backward at all. We're always pressing forward.
That's right.
Let's talk about the evolution that you've been seeing in the F5 and the Cisco partnership. This is an incredibly strong partnership. What do you feel that both companies have learned by working with one another?
Sure, well, it's almost, evolution, it's almost like Big Bang. I mean, we're still kind of in the period where the asteroids are hurling away from the moment that was the instantiation of the relationship, because it wasn't that long ago that we were competitors, frankly. But because F5 has always been far and away the market share leader in the application delivery controller market, customers, our joint customers, in spite of us not having a partnership and in fact competing with one another, we're integrating our technologies together. And so with the instantiation of the partnership back in November of 2013, so 18 months ago, the profound thing at that moment for our customers was that the people at both companies were working together. And so I always want to make that point, and it'll probably be another 6 months that I'll continue to make that point. The people are working together on behalf of our customers. And so in that time that we've been working together, I'd say right now, the most important thing to note is, not only do customers want the value proposition that is ACI from Cisco, or a technology like that, they need it. They absolutely need it. And here's why I say that. We're in a moment where customers, organizations have an insatiable appetite for new and more dynamic applications. And to be able to instrument that, it's really outstripping the capacity of human capital. But that won't stop the organizations from wanting to be able to deploy more applications more quickly and in more dynamic ways. So they need a technology like ACI to be able to deliver on the appetite that the organizations have. So that's what I would share. Not only do customers want this technology, even if they don't realize that they need it, they absolutely need it.
So really, this is the whole idea of necessity being the mother of invention, right? The industry is going to tell us where we need to go. Our customers are going to talk to us. We either have a choice, we listen, or we ignore and we continue to do things the way that we've been doing before, at our own peril. Again, as John talked about, right? Disrupt or be disrupted. So this alliance was natural. It was going to occur. It was just a matter of waiting for the right time for it to occur.
That's right. That's right. We delivered on the desire and the expectation in the marketplace. The North Star towards which any company of consequence sails is in the direction of customer demand and expectation. So here we are.
Absolutely. Okay, so big announcement that was just made at Cisco regarding our intercloud strategy, and F5 traditionally is known as a networks hardware vendor. What role is F5 playing in cloud today and moving forward?
Okay. I'll start with the generic and then I'll get specific to intercloud.
Great.
So I'll just pivot off what I just said. Our North Star is customer demand and expectation. As customers move into different implementation scenarios, regardless of what it is, it's our job. It's absolutely a must that we produce solutions that meet them wherever they are in their implementation constructs to ensure that they get the layer 4 through 7 services that we provide that their applications need. Cloud is no different. It's just a different type of implementation construct. I used to say this about mobile computing. Can we just drop the word mobile from the description? It's computing.
It's different, so different than it used to be.
Same thing with cloud. Pretty soon, I believe not too far from now, we'll quit using the descriptor that is cloud. It's going to be computing, right? And so if customers are deploying on-premise, in a public cloud, in a private cloud, or anywhere in between in a hybrid scenario, F5 needs to instrument its solutions to meet customers there to provide those layer 4 through 7 services. So we have been doing that generically for cloud implementations for some time now with our virtual editions of our product. In fact, we are the market share leader as it relates to virtual instantiations of application delivery controller solutions. Specific to intercloud, we believe that Cisco has a very compelling value proposition. As soon as they came out with intercloud, we went, they've got it. That's the right way to do it. And so we reached out to Cisco to collaborate with them to ensure that our products are instrumented in a way so that they can be consumed in the intercloud implementation model. Similarly, I described our market share as it relates to virtual editions of our products. Cisco is observing the marketplace, our market share might, and so similarly they reached out to us and said, F5, we know our customers are going to want your services in intercloud, let's work together. So that's what we're doing. At an engineering level, dev, test, iterate, dev, test, iterate. We're working through that. We are far enough along that we feel very confident that we're going to be there, hence we're talking about it here at Cisco Live.
Let me ask you about the speed factor. You just mentioned it a moment ago, right? 18 months. This is a relatively new association after a very long period of time. Things are happening so ridiculously fast. How do we respond to the speed demands? It's enough to get to the technology demand response. How do we keep up?
Well, you got to do the work.
Yeah.
You know, frankly, it really comes down to that. There's a saying, leave strategy to the amateurs. Execution is for the experts, right? So tenacious focus on doing the work. There's this cynicism in the marketplace when two companies get together and they announce a technology alliance. So-and-so and so-and-so have gotten together. We're partners now. We haven't produced anything yet. Trust us, we will. It's going to be awesome.
Can't wait till you see what's coming down the line.
In the meantime, keep buying our stuff,
Sure,
right?
sure.
That's not how we operate at F5, and I know it's not how Cisco operates, and so we do the work. We have weekly engineer-to-engineer meetings to focus on, here's what the roadmap should be, here's our progress against that roadmap, all the way through to the implementation cycle. What are we learning in the messiness that is the real world, right? What are the best practices that we need to loop back into that dev, test, and iterate process? And so you just have to do the work. And you have to do it as quickly as possible, to your point, because the pace is at a level that, frankly, we didn't see just even 5 years ago.
Thought is only going to get you so far. You've got to act. What do you see as being the biggest business value benefits for our customers? What are they getting from the Cisco and the F5 partnership that they weren't able to get previously?
Well, I touched on it, you know, so we can talk about the technology, and I think that's the vector you're flying on with.
Where I want to go. I want to go to the specifics as opposed to the bigger picture.
Sure. You know, I described the application implementation cycle outstripping human capacity, right? And so customers are looking for a technology that makes it as easy as possible for them to instrument automated policy for layers 2 through 7. So they can quickly push out those policies for that exploding volume library of applications that they're deploying with workloads moving all over the place, on-prem, into the public cloud, and everything in between, right? And so it's you know, that 3-letter acronym that people use too often, TCO, the total cost of ownership. That is the foundational level that is causing people to move forward with this technology. That is the fertile soil that has germinated the need for something like ACI. And so at the highest level, there's that. But I also want to touch on something that I just talked about, the work that we're doing. At the base level, we're doing the engineer-to-engineer work. You have to do that. You have to actually develop the solution. But I want to highlight the work that Cisco and F5 are doing together that happens after that. The sales enablement that we're doing for both companies to ensure that customers buy not just ACI and F5 and the integrated solution, but the right permutation of that solution, right? Similarly with our resellers, make sure that your customer is buying the right solution, okay? ACI and the integration that F5 has with ACI is not the end. It is a means to an end. Understand what that end state is the customer needs so we put the right solution in front of them. Similarly with our professional services organizations on both sides. Once the customer has purchased the right solution, because we've ensured that they've done that it's implemented in an optimized way. And then finally our support organizations as well, because even though everything is engineered perfectly, and it is, the real world is a messy place and support cases happen. So making sure that our support organizations are educated in a way so we satisfy those issues as quickly as possible, and we have bidirectional communication between our support organizations. So there's the value prop and business value of the technology solution, but it can't go unsaid. There is the business value of the collaboration between the companies as well.
That's perfect, and again, that plays to the strength of the partnership. All right, last thing I want to talk about. Give me the 30-second big overview. What comes next? What is the next step?
30 seconds,
30
you're putting me under pressure.
Go, make it happen.
So, we're in market, right? We have a robust pipeline of customers that are doing evaluations and proofs of concepts. We have customers in production, like Pulsant in Europe, a hosting managed service provider company, as well as others. As a result of that, we're learning so much together, right? And so look for us to transcend the integration that is ACI and F5, because that's just a milepost on a journey that just keeps going, right? Customers are pulling forward the investments that they've made previously with both companies as they implement ACI. And Cisco is very smartly and elegantly architected ACI so customers don't have to go backwards to move forward. So we're in a great position to move forward from day one. So look to us to add pull forward the programmability that customers have grown to expect for our data and control planes within the ACI construct. Look for us to add security solutions to the portfolio that customers are enjoying with ACI today. And look for us to do integrated solutions beyond ACI with Cisco. So I'll leave you with that teaser. ACI is now, it's critical, it will continue to evolve, but look for us to do more beyond that as well.
Execution, execution, execution.
Strategies for amateurs, execution is for the experts.
I like it. Calvin, it's been such a pleasure. Thanks for coming in. This was great. This was fun.
Always happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Sure.